What's up, everybody? This SOS Rampage is coming at you with the start of the John Cena Appreciation Tour over here. We are starting out with the John Cena versus Randy Orton feud. I mean, it's the most memorable feud that we saw a bajillion times and never wanted to see again. And now we saw for the very last time, quote unquote, what they say. Very last time. Huh?
And now we're sad it's gone.
And then we said, and we're gonna relive all the moments because we're never gonna get it again, even though we might get it again at some point in time because that's how WWE works. So either way, like I said, it just finished out that first time we saw a babyface Randy Orton versus John Cena, all that good stuff. We talked about more in the Breaking Wrestling Barriers video. Check it out over there. But this is more about just the history between the two of them and how it meant us in different moments and different things like that, like we had done in the prior Sabu video, and we were going to try to do in other videos. We're going to watch along clips and different pictures to follow along the different story and try to do a little bit different things. Let us know in the comments how you feel about it, if it's helpful, if it's not helpful, if you say, what are you all trying to do over here kind of idea. We are very, very open to feedback. So yeah, let's get into it with our first scene, and actually our only scene and our only clip that we're going to play. And then it's going to be John Cena's dad getting punted in.
No, John Cena's dead.
Got it. And I mean, it really set the tone for the feud. I mean, they definitely had matches before then, but it definitely set the tone for how the feud was going to go and how brutal it was going to be, and some of the things that were to follow and how far they were willing to go. And I mean, we just saw the punt. I mean, it's a big moment for, everybody as far as, it wasn't the one-on-one moment, but their WrestleMania moment that they did have together of signifying kind of Randy being that top guy and taking that belt and punting, and winning that triple threat match. It was, I mean, the end of that match is a huge moment. I mean, the entire match is good. I'd suggest you watch it back, but that end moment where John and Hunter put over Randy as that next top guy, it means a lot, and it kind of sets up that feud going forward as well with that punt and with the also being that ultimate opportunity, just kind of like Edge and why Red RKO worked and everything like that at that same time.
I don't even remember how Randy got into this match, because if I'm not mistaken, this is the Rumble that Cena came back.
Yes.
So I don't even remember.
I believe he won some sort of no way out. He won something to get into the match.
Did he say something bad to Rey Mysterio?
Not this time, no.
That was 2 years before, yeah.
Not on that occasion. Not saying anything to Rey.
I remember the thought into that match that most people had was it's either Triple H or Cena's winning. And I remember we were talking about this list a few days ago, and you compared that to the Seth Rollins win recently. He just kind of came out of nowhere and was like, "No, I'll take that win though."
Yeah, because like you said, everybody kind of expected. I mean, John Cena just came back from the Rumble as Superman. He's obviously winning. Triple H has been the guy forever. He's obviously winning.
He's King of Kings. He's got 2 theme songs when he comes to the ring.
Yeah, so I mean, it definitely signified that change of the guard. I mean, as well as kind of this breaking point match, this I Quit match, as far as this really signified for a long time as far as brutal matches in WWE. I mean, this was the standard bearer. This was when they really couldn't use blood all that much and just show the brutality of it. I mean, people remember, tying him up and hitting him with the kendo stick with his arms behind his back. It's the end sequence, with the chain. There's so many parts of the match that really stand out, and it really showcase the brutality that they could both go through and were willing to go through with each other, and showcase the personalities of that never give up in John Cena and that kind of Randy being willing to do whatever it takes to kind of win and whatever means necessary kind of idea.
Yeah, man. John Cena and I Quit matches is on a different level. This is the video game on the hardest difficulty. You will not win this match.
I mean, it shows in the picture in the background. I mean, that face, that, and you can see in Randy, you can't even see his face, but you can tell by the expression of like he's like, oh, this is it. We done here. He got me.
Probably wondering how I got here.
They definitely also in that brutality kind of aspect of it, there were multiple Hell in the Cell matches, and there were kind of definitely different spots that we could go to for there. I mean, they're later on one where they kind of figure things out. In that 2014 Hell in the Cell match was kind of one I lean towards a little bit more than the earlier one, but both of them definitely had their spots in it, and it definitely kind of showcased and felt different in a time when we were getting this match a whole lot, where it felt like, okay, this is a different stipulation on it. This is something different. This felt like it had bigger stakes and meant a little bit more because of it, kind of idea.
This one wasn't for the title. This was Cena versus the Authority.
Yes.
Yeah. So this the first time they fought, it was like personal. This time it's like business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they did switch it up, even though it was kind of still, the same story. They just went into more depth with it.
Right. And then, I mean, another big, and like I said, I'm capping it off with this one because it felt like a big deal at the time, and it felt like
It looked like a tag team.
Looked like a tag team here, but it was also, they brought all the former champions in. This is when they combined the titles as far as the World Heavyweight and the WWE Championships at the time. This felt like this was a whole new direction of the company. This felt like this was where we were going. These were the two guys. These were the two heads of the company. These were what everybody had initially thought, when we were playing our SmackDown versus Raw game 2006, we thought it was going to be John Cena and Batista. But it ended up being John Cena and Randy Orton of that side A and side B, and WWE really showcasing throughout this past decade, and now going on 2 decades. It's been side A and side B, and that's kind of what Backlash showcased. And it was like you had said in the prior video, it was nice to see that role reversal back and forth of being able to be B. And
that is crazy though. That was Batista's spot for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
But then once Randy Orton squeezed in there, he put a chokehold on it and never let it go.
Yeah. And it was the same way with like their feuds, and kind of it always stepped up to that next level of like that work rate and how it was, and it never really kind of took a step down from it. And that's why we had as many of the matches as we did, and that's why it felt like it at the time that it was like, oh, we never want to see this again. And even at that Backlash match, and even now, I'm still kind of like, I don't see what they could do to make me want to see it again, but I could also see them somehow surprise me and figure something out. And never say never, pal. And anything can happen.
I didn't even want to play this match on video games.
Yeah.
Like I was done with this rivalry.
Yeah. And but now we look back at it a little bit more fondly, as well as the entire kind of career of John Cena as it is winding down. So we will be doing kind of more videos like this of his, opponents going forward after the fact or before the fact kind of idea, and different moments of his as well to kind of pick out and go on the John Cena appreciation tour, because we're not turning our back on you. We see the good in you, and even if you're feeling like this right now, we see, man, it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
They make it hard for you. I get it, man.
Yes, and in our time of telling you how proud of you we still are, we would never say anything to disrespect you to make you want to give us an attitude adjustment through a table.
Never.
Yes, we are ride or die soldiers.
And with that being said, go ahead and pitch yourself, ride or die.
I am SOS Farm on Twitch, and I am Farm27 on YouTube.
And I'm SOS Rampages on this here YouTube that you see, on Twitch, on X, on TikTok, and all those good things. Check out all these pretty videos that you see over on the side of the wrestling content, gaming content, all that good stuff. Check Farm27 over here, like he had just said, so you can check out his gaming videos, retro, new, whatever that be. Check us out on Society Streamer so you can catch out, watch along, and keep up to date on all the things going on. Society Streamers in Discord. If you need to find that out, you can find that out on our Twitch pages, as well as just finding us in general on these different sites and different places like this. But with that being said, and you can't see us for now.